Let's see what Sir Arnold has for me today. Well, thank you, Sir Arnold. Well, will you look at that? Only after 1 year, 9 months, and 18 days. But who's counting? It's finally here. Like most people in our area, we're in north central Florida, by the way. Back in February, mid-February 2021, we received an email saying that Starlink may be available in our area by the middle of 2021, possibly the third or fourth quarter. And for $99, we can get on the list. So within minutes, we were on the list. And then every 6 months, we get another email stating, well, we're going to have to push it out 6 months. So I received this email several weeks ago, and I'm like, all right, well, they're just going to push it out on us again. So, but to summer 2023. But thankfully, I kept reading down until I got to this part. So they have something called Best Effort. So Best Effort, basically, it's gonna work just like the Starlink residential. You're gonna be charged $99 a month, but you're only gonna get throttled down use during times of peak network congestion. You know, you can only use it for standard definition movies, etc. And then at low demand points, it'll move quicker. You don't lose your place in line once the full speed shows up next summer, supposedly. But we opted in for Best Effort. We figure we're going to have to pay the $600 for the Starlink anyhow. And we're going to be charged $99 a month. I believe our AT&T DSL, which is extremely slow, I'll show you here in a minute, is about $120 a month. So we don't have much to lose. My wife works at home a lot, and we really need the data. So again, it will switch to full speed once full speed is available in the area automatically. But at the very bottom, you can see there where it says, if you can wait for residential, we strongly encourage you to do so. So they're not making any promises here, but something's better than nothing. So a little speed test here. This is AT&T DSL. I'd be surprised if it hits 1 megabit per second. Alright, so our download is 6.6, which is, it's not that fast. It's maybe 1/6 of that. And our upload is 0.1 megabits per second, and that is about right. This YouTube video, if I use this AT&T, will take me about 6 hours to upload. Alright, the receiver is a little dusty. Almost looks used to me. Not sure what's up with that. It's lightweight, probably 7-8 pounds. Not very big. There's my hand. Give you an idea of the size. 75 foot of cable and the power adapter and the Wi-Fi. Nice little unit. Alright, so this is the difficult part. Starlink don't do trees. And unfortunately, this is where Starlink lives. So for orientation, the top half of the house is pointed directly north and the pool is pointed directly south. So it's angled about 25 degrees clockwise. At this point I have 14 days before it's activated and 1 month where we can return it for a refund. So today I'm just going to temporarily try to mount it and get the receiver to get a signal. Real photo, you can tell I am surrounded by trees. This is looking north, and to the south is hopeless. But the dish wants to be directed towards the northeast, which would be in that direction. So plan A is to possibly mount where that old DirecTV dish is. Plan B on the east side is to possibly mount there or on the rooftop there. And that might give me the clearest look to the north. This concrete pad that you're looking at, if you go straight up, Polaris, the North Star, and Polaris, the North Star is there, so that's northeast. That's the optimal angle for the dish. We have some trees. Hopefully we'll be at a low enough angle to somewhat negate them. Plan C is to mount it on this pump house temporarily. It's further back south and it does have power. And plan D is to go to the east about 350 feet where I do have a field. Next step is to try the app. It's not going to like it. It's a dark section at the bottom which seems to be masked off. That seems to be the area that I need to stay above. And now I'm looking to the southeast and it just masked it all off. But here's northeast, here's north, here's northwest. Next step is set up your Starlink. I know I don't have the round one. I have either one of the top ones. What are you? And maybe the one on the right? Okay, I have one of the rectangular ones, so I will confirm. Find a location. Huh. One end of the cable needs to go through the base and through. And the other end needs to go in through the base of the mount. Like so. I have the dish mounted on the pump house, which is at the southeast. It's going to be needed to point mostly that way, so we'll see how this works out, see if we get a signal. Alright, so I have the 75-foot cable coming from the receiver out in the pump room. Plugs into the Wi-Fi. It's a very tight waterproof type connection, and so is the line going to the receiver, and then I just got to plug this outlet in. Okay, so it says plug in your Starlink, plug in your power cable, light in the bottom of the router will illuminate, your Starlink will tilt automatically, and I want to run out to see that. Okay, it's not turning on. There is a little light on the bottom, but nothing up front. And I don't think the dish moved. Well, we'll just hit next. There's no lights or anything coming on. Something is not correct. But the dish did move. Okay, so the dish did move. When it says light on the bottom, I think they mean the very bottom looking up, which you can't see. So we'll try to join the network next. Alright, so first attempt, the dish moved, The router Wi-Fi is getting warm, but there's no lights on except for that tiny little light on the very bottom. And the computers are not accepting my Wi-Fi password. So I'll have to figure it out. Okay, so it looks like I accidentally hit the space bar of my giant thumb on the iPhone when I put in the password, but it's working on one computer. I still don't have any lights on the router. I don't know if that's normal or not. I'm going to check the other computers. Alright, well, so far that's working. It's facing due north right now, and it's working. Alright, for some reason Starlink won't let me finish the setup and configure, but the Wi-Fi is working on this phone and it's working on one of the laptops, so let's do a speed test. And I disconnected the AT&T, by the way. First Starlink speed test. Alright, 6.6 download and 0.1 upload, and our download is now 110 and our upload is 8.6. I would say that's an improvement. Well, I guess lights don't come on for the modem router, but the speed test speaks for itself. It's about 20 times faster than I had before. So I'm going to leave it here on the pump house temporarily. Since it's working so well here, I may permanently mount it up on that roof easement there. That might get me a good signal in the future, but so far so good. So I got an email today actually saying that Starlink will be charging me November 11th, which is quite generous on their end since I didn't receive it until November 3rd, and it is $110 a month, just to make that clear. But it's working, it's set up temporarily, but again, we're going from 6.6 download and 0.1 upload to 110 download and what, at 6 megabytes upload. A lot faster. Alright guys, any questions? Let me know.